At the March of Dimes, our goal is to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and research the problems that threaten the health of babies. The work we have done over the past 76 years has touched countless lives, like the ones of our 2014 ambassador family, the Inces.
10 weeks prior to my original due date, which was April 23rd. So that put it about, I think it was the day before Valentine's Day, actually. I started having the flu. I was a little bit scared and went to the doctor because I was having a lot of cramping, and they checked me out. Everything was fine. Baby was still fine. To make a long story short, 3 days later, I was still very severely dehydrated and went into preterm labor. And they were unsuccessful in trying to stop it. So at that point, they made the decision here in Bloomington that that the baby was going to come at some point, and so they airlifted us to OSF. They did know prior to my delivery that he was a boy, and so they started the steroids so that hopefully the lungs, no matter, at 10 weeks, wasn't a real good chance that he was going to breathe on his own, but they were hoping for the best. Airlifted me to Peoria and was only able to sustain it for a day. So AJ was born. It was actually then nine weeks and 6 days early, and at a whopping 3 pounds and 8 ounces. It was a whirlwind. I think the hardest part was leaving the hospital without a baby.
We were having a normal day, and the next thing, as a father and a husband,
I just remember him telling me the hardest part was he walked in the hospital and I said, "Hey, I'm going in a helicopter," and he's like,
I guess the toughest part was they're in the helicopter and just the unknown is I'm driving to Peoria and I don't know what's happening.
And I think that part is something that when you relive those 3 weeks in general, there's lots of highs and there's lots of lows. It truly is a roller coaster ride when you talk about premature births. So.
The Ince family believes they were immediately transformed into lifelong March of Dimes advocates.
Prior to this experience and going through the experience, we didn't even realize that we had benefited from the March of Dimes organization. I think you truly don't understand what they're about and their mission until you have reaped the benefits.
As a nonprofit, those benefits and the rest of the tireless work performed by the March of Dimes would not be possible without generous contributions from our community.
CFQ is very proud to be part of the miracles that happen through the work of the March of Dimes every day. We believe that the credit union philosophy of people helping people goes along very well with the March of Dimes mission, helping moms to take charge of their health and give birth to full-term healthy babies.
While we appreciate the support we receive from all of our corporate sponsors, March of Dimes could not make strides without contributions from the individuals and families in our community.
Okay, let me think. Where do I start?
2008.
Yes, okay.
In April of 2008, Tricia and Chad Isaac went into labor 4 weeks early. When they got to the hospital, they found out their baby did not have a heartbeat. They delivered their son in the next few hours and were able to keep him briefly before having to say goodbye.
6 years later, just out of nowhere will hit ya. I remember maybe 2 years later, I was shopping and I'm looking at clothes and there are 2 little boys' clothes on sale, and that was hard. I didn't anticipate that to be hard.
In this difficult time, Tricia says that everything kept leading her to the March of Dimes.
In 2009, right before he would have been 1, we heard about the March for Babies, and we decided to walk. Actually, I decided to walk. I don't think you even walked with me that first year.
I was still just mad at the world
Yeah.
more than anything. So.
It was just a really good thing to do with all that energy, and just it was a rough time. It was right there at the 1 year mark. I had no idea how big of a deal it is. I had no idea how many people were involved. I think looking back, it's kind of funny to me that I think we raised $1,200 and we were on top of the world. We did something really big, you know.
This was, in fact, the beginning of something quite big. Since then, the team, named for their late son, has grown into one of the most successful teams in the history of Illinois. This past year alone, Team Maddox brought in almost $19,000, bringing them to a grand total of $86,000 since that first walk in 2009.
I think we found our inner strength together, bonding to get through the March of Dimes.
Strength that has helped them grow their walk team into a year-round operation. In the fall, they organize steak fry fundraisers, quarter auctions, chicken dinners, and even take their March of Dimes reward money to stores on Black Friday so they can reinvest it in items to be auctioned off over the course of the coming year.
Last year we had $1,000. Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like $1,000. So Trisha gets up on Black Friday and goes shopping on Black Friday for stuff for our yearly auction, the big auction we call it for the March of Dimes. So last year we had $1,000 worth of Black Friday deals that we put in the auction, which brought us $14,000 on the other side of that.
The winter brings more quarter auctions, a soup luncheon in Waynesville, spaghetti dinners, bake sales, and their annual karaoke contest at the Irish Circle in Wapella.
And I don't think we've ever had a winner that did not just donate their money back. As much as I just want them to keep it sometimes. They're so giving. Everybody just keeps giving back. And I mean, I know that's what we're there for, but I want them to walk away with something too.
The spring is when they hold their biggest auction and raise the majority of their money. Before the dust even settles on that, they are off planning for the summer. At this point, the other members of Team Maddox actually organize their own separate fundraisers to contribute to the team.
It just puts a smile on your face. It's just an amazing feeling, and it's great to help out.
We have so many friends that will say to us, what a legacy that Maddox has. You know, we never brought him home. Many people didn't see him, but not everybody, but a ton of people know about him. They know his story. They know our story. They know what we're working on now. And I just don't think that, you can't do that alone. The March Dimes can't do that alone. It takes personal stories. It takes families. It takes villages and cities to make that work. It's unfortunate our story doesn't have doesn't have a happy ending, but at least this is the best we can make of it.
We appreciate you being here tonight at the Bloomington-Normal Signature Chef's Auction 2014 and want to thank you again for all of your contributions. You enable us to do things that other organizations do not.
It's amazing the research that they do. And that was really the only agency or any organization I could even find that had looked into any stillbirth research.
With your hard work and continued financial support, March of Dimes will keep working for stronger, healthier babies and moments like this.